Greetings and salutations. We're back here at Stoplogic Motorsports, and I'm going to show you a bit of the prep work that goes into making a 30-degree ride in Texas. You gotta pardon me, I'm actually a bit under the weather, and traipsing about in 30-degree temperatures is not exactly optimal, but it is what it is. So I'm going to start with the innermost layers and work our way out. One of the first things you're going to want to get a hold of is what's called a pinlock visor. Basically, it's like your modern windows with two panes of glass. You have air break in between it. Keeps your visor from fogging. Good set of gloves, and I'll link descriptions to everything here. So these are a pair of work gloves off of Amazon. Actually, they were pretty decent yesterday. I'll go more into depth on their own thing eventually. So, if you've got the means and money, then by all means grab like $600–700 worth of heated gear. But if you're kind of broke like me, you have your initial jacket and your wet weather gear. You can spend about $60 and achieve a acceptable result. So you have a cotton base layer, either thermal or something of this nature. You wear that under your main work shirt. So I would normally have a work shirt underneath this. Base layer, work shirt, and for me it's sweater, and you want everything to be cotton generally because it's moisture wicking and pretty good at rejecting the cold. Now, instead of saying, well, you know, why not wear just all thick layers? Well, some thin layers actually help block the wind out more than others. It's the act of layering in the heat and adding extra layers of insulation plus the air break in between them that gives you the actual warmth. And when you're on a WR250, instead of an adventure bike with wind protection, stopping the wind outside is of the utmost importance, which will bring us to our outer layer. I do have a heated vest if I need to use it. I generally don't. So I'm using my Joe Rocket jacket. My other jacket's a little small for me right now. I kind of got a little larger working a desk job. So I zip it into my raincoat, and that's my outer layer to stop the wind. Now, in tandem with my helmet and my gloves and closing all the vents on my helmet, I get a neck gaiter so I can keep my core temperature up in my head. So leaving your neck and bottom of your face exposed. Once you start getting too cold, it starts simulating being extraordinarily drunk. So if you're in the cold and you start feeling like you've had like 15 shots, you need to get off the bike and warm up immediately. Now we move to legs. I'll usually start with a pair of thermals as my base layer. Have a pair of knee pads on top of these. My work pants. And then my Joe Rocket rain pants. If I need another layer in between all of that, I'll put on a pair of just sweatpants right underneath these pants. So I'll have thermals, sweatpants, those. I've only needed to layer up that much if I drop below temperatures like in the 20s. But this will keep me warm basically about 50 miles, and my commute's only about 30. So this does the trick, and really all of the cold weather parts, it runs about $60 to kit yourself out well enough to be able to stand the cold. Now, if you want to go nice, the kiln gear is a great way to go. Or pair it up with like heated items like heated gloves, heated vest, heated pants. You can use less layers. Me, it's... honestly, I wouldn't normally ride out in temperatures this cold, but I'm kind of in circumstances where I have to. And I don't really see the point in spending $600–700 on a set of fully kitted gear when, you know, it's kind of a temporary thing. But hopefully this helps some of you who find yourself stuck out this time of year, riding in, you know, around freezing temperatures. And, well, if you like the content, like and subscribe. If you have any other advice for all of you folks up north just chuckling at me thinking that 30-something degrees is cold, feel free to leave a comment. In the meantime, have a good one. Greetings and salutations, YouTubers and malefactors. We're back here at Stoplogic Motorsports, and it's about 37 degrees this morning. I'm gonna go into a bit of detail later today once I have all these layers off, since I'm against the clock on getting late to work, on how one would layer without heated gear for a 30-mile freezing temperature commute. And granted, I don't have the best gear for the job, but I'm going to show you how to do it on a budget. I'm just getting my helmet strap over under my neck gaiter because over makes me feel like I'm being choked. So just to kind of touch on things, I've got 3 layers of pants on. I have undershirt, work shirt, sweater, vintage jacket, and raincoat. And then we're putting on some cold weather gloves. Hardest part for me is putting on winter gloves. They're so restricting. I won't have the face visor down much today because, well, it's freaking miserable cold. And on top of that, I gotta keep my glasses from fogging. So the only piece of specialized winter gear I have in this set is a pin lock visor, and I'll give you guys a good picture of what it is later. A pin lock visor basically is your first big need of a cold weather setup, because most of the fog juices, or anti-fog juices, damage your helmet visor. Well, let's get underway and I'll let you guys know towards the end of the video how I feel. So far, I'm sweating to death. But that changes when you get up to movement. Unfortunately, I better run to get in because I am running late. Well, I'll touch back on what I did to stay warm-ish. Legs are a little cold. Neck and face are a little cold, but we'll go over what that was all about. So it was about 40 minutes in the 37-degree weather. So we'll touch it back later.